Hello there. Yes, we are Geeks Assembled, and we have assembled here again, yes, for another movie night. But this time we're talking about a Harrison Ford film. Yes, it is Blade Runner. So let's see what Alex has to say about Blade Runner. Go ahead, Alex.
Okay. Well, it's a very interesting movie, very atmospheric with wonderful music and visuals and a fascinating sci-fi concept about whether you're a human, replicant, pretty much human, and how many memories they're implanting, which is giving it a little bit away. And then after some crimes are committed, Harrison Ford is called in under duress a little bit, and he begins investigating. And it's a great movie. It's great to watch more than once because there's always something you're missing. It has great acting and great dialogue, and I give it pretty much a 9.
A 9. Thank you, Alex. Now let's go over to Susan. Go ahead, Susan.
Hello. You can ask me any amount of questions, and I will answer truthfully. Yes, indeed. This movie has made an impact in my life. I really enjoy the characters. I really enjoy the atmosphere, as Alex was saying. I really enjoy the music, as Alex was saying. And I'm a Harrison Ford fanatic, and I really enjoy the stellar presentation of future times. It's gorgeous. It's just so cool. And my favorite characters were Rachel and Pris. One was really confused about her identity, and I can relate to that. And one was confused about the way that other people relate to her. Pris, she was super amazing and super strong, but she ends up dying in the end. That's
Spoilers.
It's a few years old, Kevin.
Nobody gives a crap anymore about that movie.
Anyway, it's good to see it's good to see the women strong and beautiful and really iridescent and in actual equality with the men in the show. And I really like Ridley Scott. His whole direction, and I really like the way that it holds to the book. I like that that the replicants have a chance for life as a normal human being, and so replicant power. Yes. And anyway, I'm enjoying it. I give it a 9.2. I mean, there's only the only thing that's like that is sort of that takes it down from a 10 is the fact that I've seen it so many times now that I'm not really paying attention to it anymore. So, but I would watch it a million times more. Anyway, that's what I've got. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. So another 9. Now, we're not sure if he's on a plane. He could be. I'll let you decide. Let's go over to Craig. Go ahead, Craig.
I thought this film was just brilliantly slick and very dark. Some of the shots that, the skyscraper shots were just phenomenal. Can't even say the word. Some of the close-up shots of when the gun's against the wall with the water dripping down, that is just pure craftsmanship for the camera work. I mean, that was just a brilliant shot. My favorite quote is when Rutger Hauer says, "I've seen things which you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire on the shoulders of Orion." That's one of my favourite quotes from the film. The BFI released the final cut in 2015 as part of their Days of Fear series, and it's one of the first DVD films that I got when it came out on DVD, the director's cut. And I love how it's based on a novel by Philip K. Dick, The Android's Dream of Electric Sheep. And I like the idea that we're not sure if he's a replicant, but Ridley Scott does go into further detail and does actually say he is a replicant. And I mean, even the makeup, I mean, it's just a slick film. It's brilliant. And I would probably give this I'll give it a 10.
A 10. Thank you, Craig. A 10. Our first 10. So we had 2 9s and a 10. Now, we're not sure if he's a replicant or not, but he very well could be. It's Connor.
This film is outrageously good. It's one of my absolute favourites of all time, and I'm so happy that we are reviewing it because it's slick, it's dark, it's enjoyable, and it's an amazing performance from Harrison Ford. Quite simply, one of the greatest performances of all time, in my opinion. Being a Harrison Ford fan, I think watch this film for the first time, you really understand just how good an actor he is, because he really takes this role on and he does it so well as Deckard. The story itself is quite noir and very high-tech sci-fi. The idea of the replicants is a brilliant idea by Philip K. Dick. And for someone that didn't read the novel, quite famously, Ridley Scott really understood this film well enough to shoot it as he did, because it was brilliantly shot. The cinematography, the camera work, it was just absolutely out of this world stunning. I think the most memorable bit actually is the very first shot with the skyscrapers, sort of Los Angeles, with all the fire sort of shooting up out of the chimneys. That's an iconic shot, and the music as well, beautifully eerie, I would say it is. Brilliant soundtrack. The other cast members, Daryl Hannah, Sean Young, Rutger Hauer, absolutely fantastic performances, out of this world. It's like Rutger Hauer to come up with one of the most iconic of all time without it even being scripted. Absolute pure masterclass. He's so good as the villain. And Daryl Hannah as Pris, again, as Susan mentioned, a very strong female character, as well as Sean Young as Rachel. I think to really involve 2 strong female characters like that is really impressive. I think I'll give this film a 10 out of 10.
Another 10. Thank you, Connor. Now let's hop on over to Kevin. Let's go to Kevin.
Well, I saw the movie fully yesterday, and I really loved it. Rutger Hauer as Roy, awesome, really, and the end speech of the Tears in Rain speech, it's a monologue like, "I have seen things you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire on the shoulder of iron. I watch sea beams glitter in the dark near the so and all those moments will be lost in time, like tears in rain. Time to die." Yes, that was one hell of a speech. And I got the latest cut. It's the final cut, and on Blu-ray. And it's really cool. And Harrison Ford is brilliant in it. Rachel also, and the Snake Woman is only for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes even. And good performance from all. And it's a very good story. I don't know what they're going to do with the sequel, But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. 9.5 out of 10.
Thank you, Kevin. I wonder why you like the Snake Woman. I wonder. Let's move on over to Lee. Go ahead, Lee.
As I said earlier today, it must be 20 or so years since I sat down and watched this film. And as I was watching it, I realised how much I did like this film. And watching it on a big screen TV, a modern big screen TV, it's just awesome. And as people have said, the scenery, it's just, the cityscape is just brilliant. All those neon signs and the marketplace, everything, it's just, you just feel it. And for a film in 1982 to make that film look like that, took a great direction, great creativity on all people involved in the film to make it look so good. Harrison Ford, brilliantly played, but I thought he played it, and that's the way it should be. He wasn't overplaying it. It was underplayed, and it was brilliant. Rutger Hauer, I must disagree with Connor. I don't think he is the villain, because by the end of it, you'll feel sorry for the replicants. They just want to live. They want life, and they're only built in a 4-year lifespan. For me, that's not. They just want to, change in their life. That's why they went to the maker, Terrell. They wanted to, just expand their lives. But what a scene with, Terrell with his death scene. That was just awesome. Rutger Hauer, that was just brilliant. As you say, Sean Young and Daryl Hannah, top-notch acting. There's also Edward James Olmos, as the other policeman there. A brilliant characterisation, leaving his little origami figurines around the film. Brilliant actor. He's been in many, many, many films. But yeah, it's an awesome film, well directed, well acted, stands up today, and just for that, I'm giving it a 10.
A 10. Thank you, Lee. I have to say I'm very impressed with Craig's review, considering he watched the trailer. Yes, he watched the trailer. Anyway, so what do I think of it? Well, I have to say it's not my type of film. It looked good, and the soundtrack was good. I have to agree with that. It did look good, and Coca-Cola must have got a lot of money out of that. They must have paid a lot of money, mustn't they, to be in that film? Because they were advertised quite a lot on that sign. So, yeah, like I said, I mean, it's not my type of film. It really isn't. I don't really have much to say on it.
Well, then go watch some Strictly Come Dancing.
Strictly Come Dancing isn't my type. That's not a film anyway.
It's a TV show. Oh, never mind. Go watch it.
I haven't seen Strictly Come Dancing film, Kevin. I wouldn't admit that on here.
I'll go watch Dirty Dancing then.
Oh, fuck, I've pushed the wrong button.
But like I said, it's not really my type of film. I think I'll give it a 7. I'll give it a 7. I don't really have much to say on it. So I'm going to open the floor to everyone wants to speak.
You mostly don't have much to say on it because you only watched it about an hour ago. Anyway,
and you didn't understand it either, which is quite bizarre.
You thought it was like the Mario Brothers. Now, that is bizarre. As people have said, the soundtrack is just awesome. Vangelis, with his synthesized soundtrack, is brilliant. And it also mixes soul with this every so often there's some sort of jazz music playing in the streets, and that it's just awesome. That soundtrack is just brilliant. A big thumbs up to Vangelis on that.
The film itself can be seen as a piece of art.
Yeah,
I agree with that. I think the most important thing about Blade Runner that no one's picked up on is the symbolized. There's a lot of symbols in it, like the unicorn. It's covered in it because it's such an intricate sort of film that you've got to really pay attention because, there's so many interpretations of so many things. Like, is Harrison Ford's character Deckard a replicant or not? There's clues, but there's never really a decided conclusion. And as I said, the unicorn, again, it's been interpreted in many different ways. the fact that it's white apparently symbolises virginity and purity, which is basically Rachel's character. Or at the same time, it can represent being the odd one out. So like a unicorn is sort of the odd one out in a pack of horses, which is Harrison Ford's character as Deckard. So there's loads of different interpretations of so many different things in the film that it's really all up in the air and in everyone's imagination. And I think to make a film as clever as that is brilliant work from Ridley Scott.
Anyone else have anything to add? No? Is that it? Well, I'd like to thank everybody here for joining me. I'd like to thank you for watching. Don't forget to tell us what you think about this film, Blade Runner, in the comment box below. And give us suggestions. Do give us suggestions on what you would like us to review or discuss next. So, as ever, look after yourself. Take care. Remember to subscribe. And we'll see you next time.